Hey, what's up, y'all, man? This is your boy, y'all's chosen one, man. We're gonna continue in the great book of Jasher. We're on chapter 20 in the great book of Jasher. The book of Jasher in chapter 20 will correspond with Genesis chapter 20. Okay? All right, so let's get it cracking and let's see what's going on. And you are chosen as well because you choose to follow Yah. All right, Jasher chapter 20, verse 1. And at that time, Abraham journeyed from the plain of Mamre, and he went to the land of the Philistines. So in Genesis chapter 20, verse 1, I think it said Gerar. I could be wrong. But so now we know specifically that he went to the land in the land of the Philistines. Right? Kadesh and Shur and journeyed to Gerar. Okay. And he dwelt in Gerar. Okay, there we go. He dwelt in Gerar. And it was in the 25th year of Abraham's being in the land of Canaan. So there you go, in the land of them nasty ass Canaanites. And 100 year of the life of Abraham that he came to Gerar in the land of the Philistines. Okay. So he was 100 years old. This is amazing. So he's 100 years old, which means that Sarah was probably about 90 something years old, man. She was still fine. This is amazing. All right, let's see what goes on here. And when they entered the land, he said to Sarah, his wife, say thou art my sister, which in actuality she was, because that Sarah is Abraham's half sister. Say thou art my sister to anyone that shall ask thee, in order that we may escape the evil of the inhabitants of the land. All right, so Abraham already knew what these nasty Hamites were doing over there, man. You know, they didn't care about somebody's wife. They'd kill you. You take your wife. She look good. They'll kill you and take your wife. And as Abraham was dwelling in the land of the Philistines, the servants of Abimelech, king of the Philistines, saw that Sarah was exceedingly beautiful, and they asked Abraham concerning her, and he said, she is my sister. God dang. And the servants of Abimelech went to Abimelech, saying, a man from the land of Canaan is come to dwell in the land, and he has a sister that is exceeding fair. Like, man, you gotta see this woman. Look, man, she's Hebrew. She's Hebrew, man. She's off the chain. She is off the chain. Our Hebrew women look good, man, and she is off the chain right here. Sarah, she's pushing 90 something, and she off the chain. And Abimelech heard the words of his servants who praised Sarah to him, and Abimelech sent his officers, and they brought Sarah to the king. And Sarah came to the house of Abimelech, and the king saw that Sarah was beautiful, and she pleased him exceedingly. Like every time she's like, oh my gosh, man, Sarah. And he approached her and said to her, what is that man to thee with whom thou didst come to our land? And Sarah answered and said, he is my brother, and we came from the land of Canaan to dwell wherever we could find a place. And Abimelech said to Sarah, behold, my land is before thee. Place thy brother in any part of this land that pleases thee, and it will be our duty to exalt and elevate him above all the people of the land, since he is thy brother. Man, he really wanted Sarah, boy. He really wanted Sarah, no question. And Abimelech sent for Abraham, and Abraham came to Abimelech. And Abimelech said to Abraham, behold, I have given orders that thou shalt be honored, as thou desirest on account of thy sister Sarah. And Abraham went forth from the king, and the king's present followed him. And as at evening time, before men lie down to rest, the king was sitting upon his throne, and a deep sleep fell upon him, and he lay upon the throne and slept till morning. And he dreamed that Amalek of Yah came to him with a drawn sword in his hand. And Amalek stood over Abimelech, and wished to slay him with the sword. And the king was terrified in his dream, and said to the Malak, "In what have I sinned against thee, that thou comest to slay me with thy sword?" And the Malak answered and said to Abimelech, "Behold, thou diest on account of the woman which thou didst yesternight bring to thy house, for she is a married woman, the wife of Abraham, who came to thy house. Now therefore return that man his wife, for she is his wife, and shouldest thou not return her, know that thou wouldst surely die, thou and all belonging to thee." All right. So we read in let's see, it was Jasher chapter it's Genesis 20 verse 6. So there's this dream, and what does the Most High do? And the Bible says, it says that the Most High, but Most High always sends his Malakim to send the message, right? And now we get the true story of it. The Most High sent that Malakim, and that Malakim was going to freaking destroy Abimelech. He was going to cut his butt up. Verse 15. And on that night there was a great outcry in the land of the Philistines, and the inhabitants of the land saw the figure of a man standing with a drawn sword in his hand, and he smote the inhabitants of the land with the sword. Yea, he continued to smite them. Oh my goodness. And the Malak of Yah smote the whole land of the Philistines on that night. And there was a great confusion on that night and on the following morning. And every womb was closed and all their issues. And the hand of Yah was upon them on account of Sarah, wife of Abraham, whom Abimelech had taken. So the Most High had closed all their wombs up and closed all their issues up. They couldn't even bleed. They couldn't go on their period. They couldn't do anything. The Most High closed all that up. And in the morning Abimelech rose with terror and confusion, with a great dread, and he sent and had his servants called in, and he related his dream to them, and the people were greatly afraid. And one man standing amongst the servants of the king answered the king, saying, "O sovereign king, restore this woman to her husband, for he is her husband. For the like happened to the king of Egypt when this man came to Egypt." And remember, yeah, Abraham had did that, so they know the story of Abraham, man. They know the story of Abraham, and when he went to Egypt, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's see. That was in I think Genesis 12 verse 5, when Abraham went to Egypt. Yeah, you can't mess with Yah, man. You can't mess with Yah's chosen, man. You can't. You just can't. All right, so where was we at, man? I guess we was on verse 19, 20. All right. And he said concerning his wife, "She is my sister, for such is his manner of doing when he cometh to dwell in the land in which he is a stranger." So they already know, man, that that Abraham does this stuff, man. Oh yeah, that's awesome. And Pharaoh sent and took this woman for a wife, and Yah brought upon him grievous plagues until he returned the woman to her husband. Oh yeah. Now therefore, O sovereign king, know what happened yesternight to the whole land, for there was a very great consternation and great pain and lamentation, and we know that it was on account of the woman which thou didst take. Now therefore restore this woman to her husband, lest it should befall us as it did to Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and his subjects, and that we may not die. And Abimelech hastened and called and had Sarah called for her. And she came before him, and he had Abraham called for, and he came before him. And Abimelech said to them, What is this work you have been doing, and say you are brother and sister? And I took this woman for a wife. I mean, what is this? And Abraham said, Because I thought I should suffer death on account of my wife. And Abimelech took flocks, and you know Abraham was white. This dude probably would have killed Abraham because he was looking at Sarah and he wanted her, and he was a king, and he can do anything that he wanted to. And his little minions, his little goons, saw Sarah. It's like, oh my God, you got to see her. And he probably would have killed Abraham, man. All right. Okay. I should suffer death on account of my wife. And Abimelech took flocks and herds, and men servants and maid servants, and 1,000 pieces of silver, and he gave them to Abraham, and he returned Sarah to him. And Abimelech said to Abraham, Behold, the whole land is before thee. Dwell in it, wherever thou shalt choose. And Abraham and Sarah his wife went forth from the king's presence with honor and respect. And they dwelt in the land, even in Gerar. And all the inhabitants of the land of the Philistines and the king's servants were still in pain through the plague which the Amalek had inflicted upon them the whole night on account of Sarah. Awesome. And Abimelech sent for Abraham, saying, Pray now for thy servants to Yah, thy Almighty, that he may put away this mortality from amongst us. And Abraham prayed on account of Abimelech and his subjects. And Yah heard the prayer of Abraham, and he healed Abimelech and all his subjects. Boom. See, what you Hamites and what you freaking Hamites don't understand is you can't stand against the Almighty, man. You can't stand against none of his prophets. You can't stand against him. There is not a goddamn thing you can do. You can be the most intelligent and have the biggest vocabulary in the world, but the words of this book, you can't mess with Yah, man. There is nothing that you can do. You can be the Pharaoh of Egypt. You can be the President of the United States. If you go against Yah, then you're going to lose every single time. Believe that. You're going to lose. You're going to lose. Why would I choose Egyptology when I have the supreme being of the universe on my side? What? Why would I choose this new covenant, this new age crap, when I got the supreme being on my side? Why? Tell me, you Egyptologists, why would I shift to you when I got some guys that don't even speak or hear, who can't see anything, who are freaking devils, idols? They use them on your currency. Why? There ain't a goddamn thing you can do to change me to becoming a freaking Egyptologist, a new Wabian, or whatever. I am a Hebrew Israelite, man. You will be serving me in the kingdom. Why in the hell would I go to you when I have a promise and you will be serving me in the kingdom? It's not going to happen, man. Not going to happen. You guys, you keep doing what you do. I'm going to do what I do. And good luck with your Egyptology stuff. Go back to Africa and build up some places over there. You want to build up Egypt again. You want to be Egyptologist? Go back to Africa and go build up Egypt. See how far that gets you. All right, shalom.